Hey peeps, so I am here with a video to show you guys all the brushes that I have for my clients. So I thought it would be a pretty nice video to show you my makeup client brush collection and just to show you guys what I am starting with, and if you're an aspiring makeup artist, what you can potentially start with. I have been taking clients with honestly less than this, and you know, I'm slowly building, but now I have a certain amount where I don't have to like clean brushes in between clients, or you know, not have the appropriate brushes that I really want, because just to start out, like, I didn't have a whole bunch of brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I have for my clients, and I hope you like this video. If you already know you're gonna love it, you can go ahead and thumbs up now, and you can also subscribe now so you don't forget. So we can just go ahead and start off with a Morphe brush. So it's still in the package. This is a Morphe M433 brush. So I'm pretty sure I bought this because this is a brush that Kiki Adams uses on her clients, and I just love how she lists everything down below, because that's what I did when I went to Ulta, is I just looked at everything that she wrote in the video pretty much. So another Morphe brush that I'm sure I got because of Kiki Adams is the Morphe M167 brush, and this is just a shader brush, so you can never have too many eyeshadow brushes, I promise you that. Another shader brush right here for Morphe. This is the M124 brush. So once again, never can have too many shader brushes, and this is just a smaller one, so if you're doing more detail work, or you're doing maybe a cut crease that has 2-3 colors in it, this is just a smaller brush that can help you apply multiple colors on one eye, because you know, you ain't gonna have all the space in the world for 3 colors, okay? So then also an elf brush I have here is a lash and brow wand. So I just got this to help with me doing eyebrows, and potentially to use for mascara and stuff like that. Then I got another elf brush. This is a crease brush. The brush that I showed you that I have for elf isn't as long, and this flares out a little bit more. Another elf brush I got is a eyeshadow brush. So this is elf, and it's an eyeshadow brush. So once again, you can never have too many eyeshadow brushes. So I just got this. It's a different shape. It might work a little bit different as far as how you're placing it, and it's also kind of wide, so it'll help you apply the colors maybe a little faster. So I got this to try out on my clients. So I have Real Technique brushes, so also got this because of Kiki Adams. So this is the Instapop cheek brush, which she uses. I've seen her use it for multiple things before, but typically she's using this one for foundation, and so I've used it for foundation, and I really like the way that it applies. I like the way that the angle and helps you in just the smallness of it. I think when you're using a smaller foundation brush, you have a little bit more control, and especially when you're working with clients, like, you know, clients be moving, and then you can accidentally like get them in the eye or something, and it's just like, girl. But the smaller the brush, the less likely that will happen, I think, just in my experience. So I also have the Real Techniques base Instapop face brush. So this one is bigger. It's actually meant for the face. So I would just use this on people that kind of have bigger faces, or I would potentially use this to contour liquid, and also to apply powder for contour. So that's probably what I'm mostly going to use that for. But if someone just like genuinely has like a bigger face, I'm going to use this for the foundation. I haven't used this one at all yet. I'm kind of straying away from using it just because it is so big, but definitely going to use it eventually because, girl, I already spent my coin. Moving on, I also have the original beauty blender that I did purchase from Sephora. So I have that for my clients, and I just really love this. So I have this random retractable kabuki brush that I got from Walgreens. I really don't know. Oh, it's EcoTools. So it's actually an EcoTools brush. I have one for me and then one for my clients. So this is the one for my clients, and you can just do it like this, and then you know, it'll look like this when you have the top on it. I don't know exactly where the top is for this, have to look around for it, but yeah, so that's how that works. I recently used it for the first time on a client, and I used it to contour, to put powder on. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through the Eco Tools brushes I have. So I have a fan brush. Typically I use the fan brush for either highlight or to wipe off setting powder. I typically use it for the setting powder, but every now and then I use it for highlight. I don't really like using fan brushes for highlight, but it will get the job done. Also, this Eco Tools brush is a large shadow brush, so I have 2 of those for clients just to quickly apply that shadow, and they work really well. They're really soft and they're just really huge, so it just helps you to move quicker. Then I have, let's see, this doesn't have a name, but this is something I use as a eyeshadow brush, so that's what I use it for. I really don't see what else you can use it for, so that's what I do with it. So I have this angled crease brush that I also use for my clients that I have in my collection. So I have 2 of them total. I use this for the same thing that I use it for on myself, which is to contour the nose. Then let's see, I have 2 of the accent shadow brushes for my clients. I also use these brushes to apply glitter sometimes, which I'm going to try and stop doing because the glue gets on them and then like sticks, which is what's happening to this one. I'm gonna have to try and pick it off. And then I have this liner smudge brush, which I just use for small detail work, mostly if I want to apply shadow to the brows. So let's move on to the Real Technique brushes that I have for my clients. So this is just a duplicate of the Instapop cheek brush. I think it's the, so for some reason when I went to get the Instapop cheek brush, this time around it was like a different color. I think it's really just the same exact thing. I'm not sure why it's a different color. This one says RT405 on it and says Instapop cheek brush. So it's like literally the same thing. Then I have the blush brush that I have in my collection. I finally got it for my clients because I've been wanting to have it for my clients just because I love it so much for myself. But I just don't understand why it says the RT400 on it and it's pink. Like, can anybody tell me what the difference is between it being, I think mine is pink. Like, can someone tell me the difference? I don't understand. Don't understand the difference. So I also have this Real Techniques brush, which is called the Expert Face Brush. When I was in Ulta, I could not find this, so I don't know if they still make it or not. I'm real confused. I got this a real long time ago. So I use this on my clients for foundation, just for this control. It's pretty much the same as the Instapop cheek brush. It's just not tapered, so it's a little bit less space of the brush being used because it is smaller and rounded out. It doesn't taper up, slanted like that. So that's what I use this brush for. And then I have a whole slew of Wet n Wild brushes. So when I first started taking clients more frequently, I got these Wet n Wild brushes because they were cheap and they were on sale, but I really don't like them that much, unfortunately. So kind of was a waste of money, but they also do the job, but I just don't like them that much. Like, I'm not gonna repurchase these in bulk, and I just don't like them because they're not as soft as the other brushes that I have shown you. They are soft in general, but they're just not as soft, and I just don't think they work that well. So for this brush, it comes in this type of packaging. It just hangs up. And this one is the crease brush, so it's just to blend out, similar to the M441 brush, but it's just as far as the softness of the bristles and how it allows you to move. Like, this kind of is just constructed the way that it is, and it is just kind of stuck like that, versus the Morphe brushes allow you to move the way you want to, and it'll like kind of move with you, versus this is more like set in stone the way that it's made, which I don't really like that. It's not doing what I want it to do. but it does work. I do use it, and I have created bomb looks with it, and it is cheap, so it definitely is a good way to start, because clearly that's what I did, and because I bought them, I'm gonna keep using them. This is a stippling brush, and it is the small stippling brush, so I have that right here. I kind of typically use this to just apply lotion and moisturizer to my clients. I really don't like using this for what is it called, foundation, like some people do. I just think that the stipplingness of it all really leaves a lot of streaks, and that is not cute. I think the fluffy brushes really like airbrush you and blend you out, versus stippling, it like people do use it and do get a nice look from it. I just feel like it's too much work, and the more fluffier brushes create less work for you. So this is just a liner brush, so you can use this to apply your liner for, you know, your wing liner and things like that, or you can use it to shape under the brows. This is just a shader brush, so this is used to apply shadow. This is also a shader brush used to apply shadow. This is just a bigger shader brush that I use to apply shadow, so I would just use this on someone that has super big eyes. And then this is a angled brush, which is I use this for the contour area to apply cream or powder. Okay, so we're moving on to the last few brushes that I have for my clients, and a lot of them are random, some of them aren't. So let's start off with like the known brand. So I have the Morphe M441 brush. So this is the newer brush. As you can see, hopefully you can see that it looks more fluffy and flared out compared to my brush, and it's definitely softer and just moves more fluidly than the brush I have, because mine is old. And then I have an elf brush, just another lash and brow brush for my clients, so just to have multiple for multiple clients. Then this is just a random brush that I actually got like at a baby shower goodie bag. I do believe, I think that's how I got this brush. It was at some like little thing like a baby shower where they give you goodie bags, and it was in there, so I was like, well, I'll use this for my clients. So once again, this is just a universal brush that you can use to like wipe away powder, that you can use to apply blush, to contour, to face powder, anything like that. This came with Maybelline's like cream eyeliner, so this brush came with it, so I bought that specifically for my clients. So this brush is now for my clients for eyeliner. So I have this Sonia Kashuk brush that I'm now using to shade match my clients. So what I do is take the two closest shades that I think will match them, and then I just do a streak on their face and see which shade is going to match them. So that's how I shade match people. Like sometimes you can eyeball that people are going to be a certain color, and like you can just like guesstimate, but for me, I just like to take the time to apply like that one little streak. And this is also what I use to apply. Once I do the one streak, I go ahead and use this same brush to just apply lines to their face, and then I actually go ahead and blend it out with like the Instapop cheek brush. That is all of my client brushes, so I pretty much have enough brushes to set up for about 3 to 4 clients without having to like, you know, clean the brushes in between clients. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and list right here how many brushes that is for my clients alone, and let me know how many makeup brushes you guys have for your clients. If you take clients, let me know how many brushes you have for yourself, and let me know if you think I have enough brushes for clients, or do I need some more? Do I need some more? Do I need some more? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure you thumbs up, and I really would love if you would comment, like, and share this video, and subscribe. So thank you all for watching and making it to the end of this video. I hope you really liked it, and I will talk to you later.